They want you to be scared. That's what they want. And who are they and why do they want you to be scared? And what you can go and what you can do about it is what I'm going to talk about in this show. If you look at the market, guys, this is what we're looking at the past month. Absolute madness. Everybody's crazy. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's capitulating. Very, very bad things are happening. We're going to talk about how you can play the market, how I'm playing the market, what levels to look for, and why this might not be the time to give up. Now, before I deep dive into the show, I want to give you a perspective, okay? Look at this. I know we're down 20% this month, okay? Actually, in fact, the past 20 days. But look at this. If you look at a larger picture, we're up 2,000% since 2017, almost 2018. That means that we are here to stay. The market is going to keep going up. We have some corrections, and you just have to figure out how you can play them. Guys, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. We bring you the best crypto alpha every single day. And if you are returning, I would truly appreciate if you would obliterate that like button, okay? I'm not here on the main channel. This is Ran Slot. I know I wanted to do this little print hat, and I'm Ran, but Ran is on a secret mission on a far land. He will talk about it all when he is back. But I hope I can live up to this time slot and to his show. I'll bring you a lot of news. I'll bring you charts. I'll bring you a lot of discussions. But I really need you guys. The only thing I ask in return is to smash and obliterate that like button. Okay, let's jump into the show. As always, first I'm going to start with what I basically said as well, is that it's all about perspective. Okay, it's all about perspective. And I know if you look at Banter bubbles, you will see that we are massively down. DYDX 30%, Doge 30%, Satoshi Vision only 30%. No, I'm just joking. Floki 25%, Shiba 30%, Starknet 41%. So we see these massive. Obviously, Altcoin doesn't give a crap about it. It's just up 200%. But we see the market bleeding. I get messages from friends who are capitulating. They're like, dude, you told me 5 months ago, 6 months ago to invest, and now I'm down, and like what to do. And I understand it is difficult, but if you zoom out and if you look at the levels, I genuinely think we're at an incredible place in the market where we can get our massive entries in. Let's look at the news first. We had weekend as well, but yesterday I wasn't streaming. I was also on holiday, so I wasn't streaming on the 100x Club as well. So let's recap a bit. Number one, there is a whale who bought $1 billion. That's with a B, guys. $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on Gemini. Like, why we are all panicking and getting liquidated and all that, someone is buying $1 billion. And that's where we kind of tie into the they. And who are they? Who is smart money? Who are the institutions? Who are the people who want retail to be completely out and then send prices higher? We will talk about that in a second. Now, I have to talk about Jason Derulo. Now, you probably know Jason Derulo. And the reason why I'm talking about him is because I'm literally going to write a thread for celebrities to create shitcoins and rock their communities. Like, it's just, I can't believe that this is still a thing. And the reason why one of the reasons why I'm bringing this here is because, please, I'm begging you, don't buy into these things. Like, I got messages from people saying, do you think this is also a scam, or is just another great coin that we could invest? Because Jason is saying here that, oh my God, I'm so sorry that it happened, but I'm all in now. Look.
Let's go. I'm in this shit for the long haul. I put my money where my mouth is, so I'm in it, and I'm in it
to win it.
Let's go.
So if you have not followed the news, these celebrity meme coins are just popping off and basically wrecking the people's followers. Like, for example, Jason Derulo. If you look at Jason Derulo, he has like fucking 3.5 million followers. 3.5 million followers. This guy launches a coin, and then he tweets about it. He puts it on his website, and then insider wallets buy in before they make the announcement, and they simply dump massively on their own followers. The reason, again, why I'm bringing this here, that even after we went through everybody, literally even 50 Cent launched his own coin. If we went through everybody, please don't get involved in this. And if you do get involved, make sure to understand that at some point you are going to be the exit liquidity. So if you can make a quick flip, nice, but try to get out in advance. And these will still pop up. I actually made a very good show on Banter about celebrity meme coins and everything you need to know about them. Please check that out. That's also great. We'll put it up here as well if you're rewatching it. Now, Ethereum ETF S1s. Now, if ETH ETF is around the corner, we've been excited about it. It's suddenly been announced that the SEC, we're talking weeks ago, surprisingly asked the applicants to submit the application, and then they basically pushed through. They told Gary, hey, you got to push this thing through. Went through, but there was a big question whether it's a full acceptance or it's not an acceptance, right? And it turns out that they still need the S1 approval. It's basically another application form that will detail how the ETFs will work exactly, what fees, what custodials, and what's not. And these are going to be approved. They are in, so S1 amendments are now in, so everybody submitted their S1 amendments, and there is a speculation that this will come in, I don't know where I put that tweet, but by July 2nd, that's next week. So that means that by next week, we should see an ETH ETF complete approval. That means it's ready to trade, basically. Now, what that means for the crypto market is a question, really, because the inflows are expected to be much smaller than, but that's also divided, right? Because a lot of people say the inflows to the ETH ETF will be much smaller than what we saw with the Bitcoin ETF. And the reason is because the Bitcoin ETF has been anticipated for a long time and they are prepared and whatnot. But I do think that by now, with the S1 approval prolonged, I do think that by now everybody could prepare and the inflows will be interesting. Also, I talked about this a couple of times that a lot of people who are against Bitcoin and against the new monetary system will be able to support an asset now, being it Ethereum or the Ethereum ETF. And they can say, okay, we don't support Bitcoin, but come and invest in the world computer, decentralized world computer with us. You can buy Ethereum, get exposure to crypto. So this can be a very interesting play for ETH and the ETH ecosystem this week. Obviously, we yet to see how that goes. Let's talk about GetGrass. But before I do that, guys, I really want to encourage you to obliterate that like button. I can literally just show you how it's done, okay? I can show you because I know some of you might not know how to smash the like button. So I'm just gonna pull this in here. You can just pull this up. And what you want to do is that as you're watching the show, it's quite challenging, but you can just go and click it. That's it. That's all I ask. Really, truly does help the channel. And I have to get a 30,000 view on this show, otherwise Ren won't let me back in. So I really need to get these likes and everything up. So if we get to 1,000 likes live, we might do something interesting. So just obliterate that like button, okay? Now getting back in here, GetGrass. If you have been under a rock, or if you have not followed Banter and you have not watched my weekend videos, which are coming out, and basically I have a whole playlist here on Banter. I'm helping you make money with everything that I can find. I've talked about GetGrass quite some time ago, in February, end of February, okay? GetGrass is this new AI project, not so new because I've been talking about them in February, but back then it was a new AI project that I think can be one of the biggest AI plays this cycle. I'll tell you why. They come in with an announcement and they say now you can update your wallet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's down in the description on this show. You can go down. I included it down in the description. Check it out here. It should be down here somewhere. If it's not here, then you can just search for it. Okay, you can just search for it. You can go on Banter and then search for the video, and I have a complete tutorial on how GetGrass really works and what it is. But there is an announcement that came out recently, and they detail basically how the whole thing will work. Why they are interesting is that what GetGrass does is that they, through a browser extension, use your unused internet bandwidth to scrape the net or the internet or to train AI. So obviously, if you want to train an AI, you need a lot of internet, you need a lot of bandwidth, you need a lot of information, or if you just want to compare competitor prices for different franchisees that have 30,000 locations worldwide, it's very difficult to do with a centralized unit. But with the help of decentralization, they can get you to put up an extension on your Chrome and then scrape data from the internet while you don't use your own internet, okay? Why this is interesting? Because what they just announced is that the way this is going to operate and the way this ties into the deepened AI narrative is that if the data that you or your internet contributed to be created or scraped, you directly will get rewarded. So it's very important to understand, you've seen a lot of times Gemini coming in and you prompt, American president and then a lot of crazy shit comes up and all this Vogue kind of programming that Gemini is going through. It's very important how you teach an AI to behave. And so what 𝗥𝗚𝗓 is about to basically achieve is to have a decentralized AI from your and my internet. And you, as someone who is searching in the AI, uses the AI, will be able to see where the information that the AI provided, or where the answer that the AI provided me with comes from, okay? Which is absolutely insane. Like, you can literally just go back, and as you pay for the data, it will be big corporations, but as the big corporations pay for that data, they will be able to track it back to you, and you will be able to be rewarded for the data. Anyway, if you don't know this, please go. There should be now down in the description a link to 𝗥𝗚𝗓. Check it out. It's very, very interesting. The reason why I brought this here is because this is quite recent news, and it's something to look for, in my opinion. Crypto watch list for the week. ETH. We talked about ETH ETF coming. It's July 4th, but I read July 2nd, but they will literally just delay it to the last second they can. Blast launching his token and airdrop June 26th, which is tomorrow. Trump MAGA Biden, we have the day after tomorrow, on Thursday, we have the presidential debate. And we've been waiting for this. We've actually I did not think this was going, I don't know how about you, but I did not think this was going to happen. It is happening. Watch out for meme coins. We can look at some of the memes. We'll look into the chat as well, just see who is here, who is not, and you can ask me what coins you want me to look at, but definitely a time to look at these absolutely undervalued memes if you think that the election debate will spark some fire in the cryptosphere. We've got some other stuff here that's not that relevant. GMX OP, let's not talk about them, I think. Key events this week. The reason why I brought this here, because I wanted to plug one of my videos, which is I think undervalued, and it's not a sexy topic, okay? People don't want to talk about why FOMC is much bigger than ever before, and how the monetary system works, and what is fractional reserve banking. But if you truly want to be in crypto, if you truly want to, whoa, what is happening here? Look at this. If you truly want to be in crypto, okay? If you truly want to be in crypto, and you truly want to understand how everything works, you need to understand basically everything that goes on in the macroeconomic situation, okay? And this video details it very nicely. So this week, we have some inflation data, we have some GDP data, we have some home sales that all impact the CPI rating, and all impacts whether the Fed will cut rates or not. And whether the Fed cut rates or not will directly correlate to risk assets and the crypto market as a whole. If that's interesting for you, again, please check out this video. It's pretty cool in my opinion. Now let's talk about this whole Mt. Gox situation, okay? So I don't know how much you know about this, but this is important because for me it was like, okay, so are they selling? Are they not selling? Are we selling? Are we shorting? Are we buying? Is it going to be 9 billion or 4 billion, or it's going to be $470 per coin or 70,000 per coin? So here is the TLDR that you need to know. So Mt. Gox was an exchange, okay? They, just like Binance and all these big exchanges that we know now, back in the days, this was one of the most popular exchange out there. Now, what is interesting here, I'll immediately read BTC and Bitcoin Cash repayments. At that time, there was not even Bitcoin Cash. So the reason why there is Bitcoin Cash repayments is because they applied for the fork with the Bitcoin that's been lost there, and that's how people get the Bitcoin Cash repayments, which is going to be tying into a trade that we're going to look at. But the whole idea here is that there will be massive amounts of Bitcoins hitting the market. There has been FUD already, you know, it's been going on for quite some time now. I see a lot of people smashing the likes, and I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you if you smash the like, okay? Smash the like, smash the like. So March 6, 2023 down here, mark the bottom. November 22nd, 2023, mark the bottom. January 6, 2024, mark the bottom. These were the times when we talked about these coins being distributed, or the Mt. Gox repayment FUD. The difference here is that those were literally just FUD, okay? Now we have an official announcement saying that they will start distributing these tokens in July. Why is this interesting? What you should do, how I'm playing this thing. Now here is Alex Thorne. He has a very good thread. Shout out to him. I'll give him a clap. Shout out to him. It's a very decent thread that really explains everything you need to know about it. But let me give you the rundown. So basically, for 10 years, these guys have been waiting around for these coins to hit the market, okay? They had their coin on the exchange. Exchange goes bankrupt. 90% is lost, and then they recover some, and now they're trying to get that back. And eventually, they are getting to a point where they are going to get their tokens back, which is obviously huge. You know, you have 3 Bitcoins for $1,500 in 2014. And 10 years later, you're getting back like, I don't know, $240,000. That's like not bad. So this is a big deal. The question really is, what impact will this have on the market, okay? The data this trade is based on, okay, that's not important. It just says not financial advice. By the way, anything I say is not financial advice. You should know that. Now, here's the interesting part. This is the core TLDR, what you should know about this whole situation. Number one, GOX lost 940,000 Bitcoins, 424 million valuation at a time, and recovered 15%, which is 141,000 Bitcoin or 63 million at a time, and now worth 9 billion. So even though they recovered only 15% of the tokens that's been lost, that's 140% gain for creditors. That's just insane. 140%, eh? You lose your coins, you get hacked, you're like, damn. This is also something. I got a lot of DMs. People saying, oh, I got hacked, I got this, I got that. You never know what's going to happen to you. You never know. You might have cheated these tokens. You know, these guys would probably not hold for 140x. They would probably not hold. They would just sold. And now that they got, you know, that they got hacked and they lost all their tokens and they thought, you know, the world was ending, now they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is, again, I'm not saying it was a good thing, but I'm saying it's, you know, you never know. You never know. So, So what is interesting here, $9 billion worth of coins, that's the estimate, okay? But to get payout now, the early payout, which is now 10 years later, is the early payout. So to get an early payout, they took a 10% haircut, which means like they basically said, okay, I only need 90%, but I need it today. I need it today. The market is dumping. I need it today. That's basically what they said. That means that about 95,000 coins are going for early pay. Then we have about 30,000 coins not going for individual creditors. Okay, so retail. That leaves us 65,000 BTC, so Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, as being distributed to the individuals. Okay, so that's much less than 141. It's still about $4 billion worth these prices, which is, you know, it's still a lot, but it's not 9 billion as we've predicted. What is also interesting is that most of these token holders are early OGs, and this will tie into a trade that I want to bring you guys. That if someone bought Bitcoin in 2014, when there was, you know, it was Ethereum launched in 2014, I believe it was 2014. So like it was very early days. If someone bought Ethereum at that prices, maybe they will sell some, but I don't think they'll cheat their whole bags. Especially that they've been approached by, you know, there was these buyouts where you could get a cash payment for your future balance when you get it distributed. So it's like you could sell the claim basically. So I don't think. But what is interesting is that Bitcoin Cash, and Alex details this very nicely here as well, is that Bitcoin Cash was, no creditors originally purchased Bitcoin Cash. This is what I said previously. They recovered Bitcoin Cash stems from GOX using its BTC keys to claim the fork. So if you have not been here long enough, the Bitcoin Cash was created from a fork, and then it has its own value for some weird reasons. But anyway, so that's the thing. So the question really is, will these OG Bitcoin people sell their Bitcoins, which I don't think they will, or will they sell the Bitcoin Cash and just take some quick profits? Now, if they turn out to sell their Bitcoin Cash, now it's not either or, right? They can sell both, but what I'm trying to say here is that liquidity on Bitcoin Cash and volume is much, much, much lower than it is on Bitcoin. And that will put, if I was them, I would just sell Bitcoin Cash. Like I would just say, you know, I take some profits, whatnot. I probably sell some of the Bitcoin, but I would definitely sell Bitcoin Cash. Why would I keep it? It's complete free money. So that will put a lot of selling pressure on Bitcoin Cash, and that's what we have to talk about as well. Now, Mt. Gox has obviously the wallets public, so you can monitor that. I would look this thread up, and you can see it down here. This is the link that you can take, and then it will take you to the actual wallet. And you can monitor the outflows here from this wallet. Once the outflow starts actually happening, I do think that it will, as also the thread explains, within 24 to 72 hours, the balances will hit the wallets. And that's when we really need to pay attention to, for example, Bitcoin Cash. And now it's time. Now it's time to start degening and start talking about tokens and charts. Guys, I would like to ask you to smash and obliterate the like button. We've got 1,176 legends in the house. Absolute chads. Jeets out, chads in. So welcome everybody. If you are returning, smash the like button. If you are new, subscribe to the channel. And let me just look at the comments. Someone's saying 𝗂𝗏 to the moon. So I do have 𝗂𝗏. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm actually swapping computers and the whole setup messed up. This is why I had to delay the show as well. But 𝗂𝗏 is in the background here. Very exciting things are coming for 𝗂𝗏. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm like it's gonna be bigger than you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Well, smashed. Thank you so much. Ultron soon. Yes, I do think so. I do think so that it is coming. I thought I would be blessed in 2024. I'm sad. Do not be sad. Never give up. The only time when you lose is when you actually stop trying. So never, never, never give in. Varys ran. Secret mission. I don't know if he said where he is. I actually don't know if he said where he is. So I don't know if yeah. Look up his Twitter. But he's coming back. He's coming back next week. With Dill, we take the show here. I hope you guys like it. If you do, just obliterate the like button. What's up, my brother? Let's effing go. Let's go. Let's go. Cheats offended. Well, they should be. They should be. Enough likes. Ren will get fired. Ren will never get fired. Enough likes. I might get fired. I might get fired. So no, but it's good. I do think there is a possibility for us going down as well. As a trader, you have to make sure to account for both scenarios. And I'm going to talk about what to look for. I took some massive trades yesterday. I'll talk to you about it. If you follow me on Twitter, you know. If not, it's actually here, but I'm going to show you in a second. Let's go time to DCA. Yes, I agree. Great show. Pickle, I love your name. I love your picture. And I love your comment. Don Solana, nice having you here. LFG. Okay, 100x Club. Somebody's saying 100x Club. Yeah, I gotta bring this here, guys. So here's how this whole thing works. I actually bring you weekend videos, but we should do more of these, actually. If you want me to do more of these, just let me know in a comment. I really, really genuinely want to see the comment roll, and if you want more of these, we could do more of these. But I do have a trading channel. It's the part of Banter fam. There is a link in the description to my channel, okay? It's called the 100x Club, where I bring you these shows every single day. We don't have among these stars like Kyle and Ran. I don't get time on this channel. I have to beg for these guys. I'm like, give me no, I'm just joking. But anyway, we don't have time on the channel, but I do bring you. We are building up this channel as well. It's the 100x Club. It's a Banter fam channel. There is a link in the description. I do appreciate if you subscribe to that channel. I bring you this show every single day, so you can get this alpha every single day, even if you don't get it on this show. It's actually designed so you don't overlap with Ran and Kyle and Sheldon. So it's absolutely fine in my opinion. The best part is I'm actually doing literally right after this live, I am doing a how to become profitable stream. So I'm not doing my normal daily show as I usually do, but I'm going to do a become a profitable trader today. I'm going to talk about all the strategies that I use to trade and get profits. But let's jump into that and let's talk about what I was thinking. So I actually updated everybody. I was traveling yesterday, but I was waiting. You as a trader, it's very important not to get lost in the lower time frames, because that's a lot of traders, and especially beginner traders, do commit these mistakes. And the whole title of the show, that they want you out, they want you scared. And that's how smart money operates, because for smart money to get their orders in, for smart money to actually have massive buying opportunity, they need retail like you and me to cheat, basically. That's what they need us to sell and capitulate and leave and whatnot. So as a beginner trader, what you tend to do is you get lost in a 5-minute and 15-minute and this chart and that's a higher high and that's a trend line and that's the RSIs on the bottom and all that stuff that doesn't really matter, because the only thing at the end of the day what matters is profit, okay? And the best way to profit from the market as a beginner is to focus on the higher time frame, okay? So you have to focus on the higher time frame. And I'm actually a day trader, so I used to do 5-minute, 15-minute charts, very fast, quick in and out. But since I started doing content on the 100x Club and on Banter and building school and doing this and doing that, I literally don't have time to monitor the charts. So what I do is I focus on a higher time frame. But for the higher time frame, you need to wait. Like it takes time for you to get the positions in, right? And so yesterday I got the position that I really wanted. 6 days ago on my channel, on the 100 Club, this is what I had to say. When that happens, I will start looking for long positions. Although I do believe we are going to see one more down on the total market cap down to the 2.2-ish region. From there, show a reaction, show a higher high, market structure shift, and move on. The only reason or only time. So what I was saying is that the total market cap was at 2.3 trillion, and I said that I'm expecting another down. Right, so I was actually waiting for another leg down, and that's Ren calls my trading voodoo. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is voodoo enough for you. But what I was saying at 2.3 trillion around here, it's even drawn here, and I said we're gonna go down to the 2.2-ish region, which is right here in this POI that I marked, and we're gonna see a reversal from there. The reason why I said that is because it had to come back, take liquidity, had to come back to this daily point of interest. Now I've been updating you on my Twitter yesterday and saying if we close below this 2.177 trillion. Let me see here. Yeah, if we do not close above 2.177, it's a problem. We didn't close above, by the way. But if we do not close above 2.164 on the daily, we will see crazy lows. And that's what I anticipated. So this is actually the low down here. And I said if we do close, if we don't close above this level, we will see very, very big lows or new lows. And I'm talking about down here, which I will say why I expect the total market cap to go down to about 1.86 trillion. But why is this interesting? So the reason why I said as well that we are going to see another leg down to 2.2 trill is because that's the daily and the 4-hour point of interest that I do think would cause most of the pain. And this is where they come in from the thumbnail and title or so to say smart money institutions, because when retail focuses on the lower time frame, which always happens, you start long in here, and then you start long in here, you start long in here, and then you start long in here. And as you long all the way, the only thing you achieve is you basically liquidate yourself. And put your hands up if you've done that. Just long in, trying to catch a falling knife. I know I've done it a million times. Trying to catch a falling knife, and then get liquidated. And once we saw that there is like this accumulation area happening, but we can't break above this recently created high, I was pretty confident that we're going to have a heavy liquidation. And that's why I said 2.3. This is where I've drawn that we're going to go down to the 2.2. Now, why am I bringing this here, and why do I think that we have a massive chance of going higher from here? If you look at it on the daily, this is the market structure that you have to pay attention. You have a low, you have a market structure shift. If you look at like the 8-hour or the 4-hour chart, you will see a market structure shift is basically a higher high. This is actually one of the reasons why I am doing this stream today. So again, there is a link in the description to the 100x Club, but I'm doing this stream to clear out what is a market structure shift, what is a market structure break, how you spot liquidity, all that. So yeah, it's worth coming to this, but let me just still try to explain. So when you see internal liquidity being taken, the market comes down and, so to say, capitulates, triggers all the stop losses. When the stop losses are triggered on a long position, what that means is basically that when you're in a long position, a stop loss means that you have to sell the asset that you bought. Selling will trigger even more stop losses, and therefore you get these massive liquidation events, okay? You see price just dropping, and one participant in the market is active, which in this case was the sellers. And in this case, you can see it's only one participant active, which is the buyers, probably because some news that's been coming out. So when that happens, you want to see the reason why those happen, and the reason why smart money actually want to achieve liquidations and want to stop you out and hunt your stop loss is because they need to get their orders in. What do I mean by that? Well, if everybody's buying and the market maker comes in and they want to buy a big amount, we're talking about, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, they need someone to sell that Bitcoin for them, okay? The only way to get someone to sell the Bitcoin so they can buy, or any other coin for that matter, is to liquidate those people, is to create fear, is to create FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is to create an environment where you just say, screw this, I'm just not gonna continue. And that's exactly what we saw here. Now, how you can identify if that phase is over, that's the real question. And the way to identify that, if you look at pure TA, okay, I'm not even looking at all the bullish news that's coming out, ETF approval around the corner, inflows to the ETF, basically only good news. China is joining the game, except the macroeconomic with the ongoing tension around the world. From the market perspective, election year, halving year, like everything is bullish. There's no reason for us to be bearish here, not at all, like none. So how can you identify if this phase is actually over and this was just a play of the market maker? Well, it's pretty simple. You have to look for something called the market structure shift, okay, or MSS. The way to look for that is basically a higher high on each time frame, and I'm going to talk about time frames as well. And I know it's going to be a lot, but you know, I always like to keep things educational, and then I'm going to do some tokens to look at, and I'm going to take some trades with you. But I want to give you the education first because I think it's very important. There are a lot of, so why do I think it's important? I think it's important because we have so many influencers and so many people out there who say so many stuff, especially on Twitter and YouTube, and you basically get lost in the noise. And I remember how difficult it was to learn how to trade and being, you know, down, depressed, difficult times. So why I believe education is the most important is because you will go and find a signal group and whatever that will not benefit you in any way, okay? What you want to do is you want to learn. So this is, I know this is kind of the boring stuff, but this might ignite a light bulb in your head and go like, okay, so there is much more to trading than what I knew, and maybe you will, you know, try to map out these avenues and become actually a profitable trader. So that's kind of my goal with this, okay? So if you look here, when you see a liquidation event like this, especially in a main point of interest or potential reversal area like here, what you want to see is a higher high formed on the lower time frame. And you see here we have several consecutive candles that are pointing up. So we are forming a new, basically trapping retail. That's what we're doing here. But we're showing strength in the market, like a little bit consolidation. And we seems like we are going to launch. And then there's a massive liquidation event. We close above. And this is what I call a V-shaped recovery. Immediately after a dump, you see a higher high or a market structure shift. That's what we saw. Now, let me go a little bit further in, and then I will explain why am I looking at the total market cap and not Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana specifically. So when you get a higher high, that means that there is enough buying power down here to push through the selling pressure from here, right? Which basically caused a close below. Anyway, when that happens, I explain all this a lot of times on the 100x Club, so I don't want to go deep into it. But what I'm looking at is a 50% retrace. Every time when we see a V-shaped recovery like this, I'm looking at a 50% retrace. When the 50% retrace happens, I am looking at another higher high on the 5 or 15-minute chart. And when that happens, that's when we take generational longs on basically anything that shows this signal. But if the total market cap is showing this signal, I guarantee you that we are going to new all-time highs. So whether now, just rounding everything up for you to take away from this stream, do I think if we're going to new all-time highs? Yes. Do I think there is a possibility for us to have another leg down? Yes. How do I justify this? Here it is. If you listen to any professional trader, they will tell you that you always have to think probabilities. Always. It's never only up or only down. You have to know that anything can happen in the market. Not you, not Ran, not Kyle. Nobody knows what will happen on the market. No one. We have an edge that we try to leverage for our trading, for our understanding of the market, but no one really knows what will happen. We see this several times. A tweet comes out that basically nukes the market 15%. You don't know what's going to happen. You have an edge that you play with, you have risk management, and that's how you actually make it in trading. So what I believe is that this was a proper higher high on the 1 hour. We do make a new high here, basically breaking two important levels. One being this 2.2 trillion and one being this 2.177 trillion. Both are reasonable and important levels. In a high time frame daily point of interest, which is the demand zone, basically the support zone on the higher time frame, I do think we're going to come back to this 2.17 trillion region, and once we show a higher high on there, we can take long positions. But we cannot disregard the possibility of the fact that this is just a retrace. If I go onto the 4-hour chart, okay, and I pull my Fibonacci tool, I always say markets retrace 50%. The reason being is because institutions never buy in discount zone, which is below the 50% on any given leg. They always sell in premium, which is the above the 50% on any given leg. So this might just be a 50% retrace and another leg down continuation, and then we yet to see where this thing is going. The invalidations for me to take, I actually took, so if you follow me on Twitter, which by the way you should do, but if you follow me on Twitter, you see that I took, I tweeted what trades I took, and I tweeted when I took the trades. Why it's not loading here? So I tweeted what trades I took before here. I don't know where. Anyway, so if you follow me, I tweeted exactly the time I took the trade. So if you took them with me, you made money. But what I'm about to say about this is that I'm still long. I'm heavy long, actually. Heavy long. But my invalidation will be marked on the total market cap. If the total market cap closes below this low here, 2.126, I am going to get, I'm not saying I'm going to get worried, but I'm definitely going to de-risk. If we see an hourly low below 2.177 trillion, which is down here, 2.177 trillion, which is a 15-minute very strong demand zone, I will start closing some of my positions. Until then, I am extremely bullish. The only thing I need to see, and I need to see it quite fast. So when I say fast, I need to see it this week. I need to see a reclaim of this level up here, which is 2.3 trillion. If I do not see a reclaim on the hourly and the 4-hourly, that means a close above. So it's not only I wick through and then I'm happy. I need to see a close, a candle close above the 2.3 trillion mark on the total market cap. Once I see that, I can confirm that we are going higher, and this is indeed a proper reversal. If that happens, and if you're not long, not financial advice, but I can help you. All jokes aside, let me look at the chat, guys. Let me look at the chat. Also, guys, I see we have 1,400 people watching live, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, like this show. It really does help me. I'm coming here every single day. Not here every single day, but we do this every single day on the channel. It shows us love. It helps the algorithm and eventually helps you more. So truly appreciate that. Very important announcement that I have to make. I am looking for a researcher. So obviously it would be a very difficult work for me to do this, or for us to do all this alone. And I need someone to join my team. So if you're passionate, if you live and breathe crypto, if you think that this is a fit for you, which is, you know, Banter is crazy, absolutely insane. So it's non-stop work, hard work, but also very, very rewarding. If you think that you want to join the best crypto company in the world, there is a link in the description. Please go fill out that form. Very important. Please only fill out the form. So it's actually here. Please only fill out the form if you properly know what you're talking about, okay? Because I get a lot of people who are like, okay, I'm going to learn on the way, and that's great, but we really need the best of the best of the best. And then we get back to this in the bull market, in the bear market, okay? But I need the best of the best of the best. So if you're watching this, you live and breathe crypto, you want to join the team, please click in the description. There is an application form. Click that and come and join my team. And now it's time for me to look at the comments. If you've got any questions, guys, if you want any tokens for me to chart, if you've got any tokens for me to chart, let me know. And then we can look at some of the trades that I'm already in and the limit orders that I already placed. INJ, Sol, and much more. But let me look at the comment first. Hit the like button. Mark knows what's up. Mark knows what's up. Baked tokenomics. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Baked. Another good thing. Thank you so much for bringing this up. So Baked launching as well. The way to get the Baked airdrop is to 1, stake your gummy, 2, sign up to Blowfin. Now, here is why I'm very happy to stand behind this, because I personally love Blowfin. If you look back on the 100x Club, I used Blowfin from the beginning of the year, basically. I've been really with them on my channel before even, they became major partners here at Banter. Being with Blowfin, really like them. So it's not only that it's a non-custodial, non-KYC exchange, which means that you don't have to KYC. It's available worldwide, including the United States. But also, you get the Baked airdrop. So by signing up on my link down in the description, you get the Baked airdrop. Sorry, my internet for some reason is not working. But you get the baked airdrop by simply signing up and depositing $100, and you can use this exchange that is non-KYC, available worldwide, and most importantly, it's not most importantly, but it's important that it's non-custodial. That means that they don't keep your funds. If they get hacked, if they go bankrupt, your funds are still safe at a third-party custodian, so it's pretty safe to use, in my honest opinion. Always do your own research, but I do recommend you do that as well. How do I stay gummy? On the website, you got to look at gummies. I can actually show you how to do that. So you can go on to here. You can search for gummy. Very important, you watch the official gummies. So you want to look for gummy on Solana. Okay, you want to see who follows them. If you see Ren is following and I'm following and whatnot. By the way, you should follow me on X as well. So you know, there is a link in the description. But if you see we are following, that's the official site. Please do not get scammed. And then you go on to the link tree, which is in there in Gummy's bio. And then when you're there, you will see everything you need to see here. You see the website, you see Get Gummy Drip, you see token, you see everything about the token on SolScan. But you can click on the link on the top, and you have memestaking.com. You can stake your gummy here. You connect your Phantom wallet or Solana wallet, wherever you hold your gummy, and then you will be able to get the airdrop. Now, you don't have a lot of time. You still have some time. The snapshot is still taken. This needs to be updated, I believe. You still have some time. But the only way is to stake, which is you're kind of a little bit late to start now. And the other is to sign up on Blowfin down in the description. We can look at Sol. Someone is saying Sol. We can look at Sol. I'm actually long Sol, heavy long Sol. Rune. We can look at Rune as well. I'm already on Blowfin with your referral. Does that count for Bake? If you signed up this month, then it does. If you didn't, I would recommend you sign up again. Waiting for 80% dip. No buy. Well, let me just I wanted to do this. Anyway, maybe you're right. You know, nobody really knows. I told you, nobody really knows. Steak to get baked. Steak. You know, it's so funny. Steak. But it's actually good. 80% dips loss. Not happening. Okay, guys, let's look at Sol, because I do think, and then I have to leave in about 10 minutes. Again, I just want to reiterate that we are doing a literally right after this show. There is a link in the description for the 100x Club, and I'm doing a complete trading tutorial, like how do I trade, what strategies I use, whatever that is. So there is a link in the description. Come and join me live, literally in about 15-20 minutes from now. Let's look at Solana. Let's look at so the same thing. Look, so the reason why I long Solana down here, if you look at the 15-minute chart, the reason why I long Solana is because whoa, I'm pulling a grandpa here. Okay, so the reason why I long Solana is because we have this massive liquidation down here, and we have a higher high formed right immediately after. Not only that, we do have this high taken very viciously after this massive liquidation. Okay, so again, this might be a little bit of confusion, and it's not a very easy way to trading, but I promise you that this is the profitable way of trading. So we do have a liquidation event. We do have a higher high formed from this level and from this level as well, which is very, very, very strong for me. I was waiting for a 50% pullback from this leg, and I actually got it, but I was too impatient when I saw this pump happening. I was too impatient, and I actually got into, I think on this week, I got into a position right here, and then I'm riding it. What I wanted to see on Sol is a higher high on the 1 hour. Look at it. This is such a strong indication, guys. Like, this is such a strong indication for a token to reverse, that you see a market structure shift or a higher high on a higher time frame with a V-shaped recovery. This you don't see every single day, and it's very difficult to get these trades. So if you're cheating now, I think you are missing out. Again, not financial advice, but if you've been trading and you liquidated yourself and stop, and you're not taking a long position now, I think you are missing out big time. Okay, but again, not financial advice. I have a limit order in Sol. I'm waiting for a 50% retrace. Hopefully we get the 50. Again, I'm already long. Hopefully we get the 50% retrace. I have an order at 129. We're probably not going to go this low. But at 130-ish is a great buying opportunity, in my honest opinion. I would not buy anything now because I am expecting a pullback. But again, you might miss the pump or a substantial part of the pump if you don't buy. Let's look at RUNE. Oh, this is down here. Sorry about this, guys. We need to fix this. Okay, let me look at RUNE. Here we go. Same thing. Look at this. Beautiful. So beautiful retrace on the daily chart, actually. I would imagine that this comes back to 50 as well. It actually takes liquidity. Yes, exactly. It's beautiful. So look at this. So it takes liquidity down here. It takes all these lows, comes wicks through, and then let's see what it did on the 1 hour chart. It didn't have a very strong reaction. I actually can imagine RUNE coming a little bit lower, wicking through here, maybe another 5, 6, 7%. Although I think that if this liquidation was the one that we've been waiting for, I do think that this will count as a high and a position with proper risk management. Very important, guys. Proper risk management. A 50% retrace on this level down here could be worth a shot. So when RUNE gets down to this 4.03 level down here, I would be interested in taking a long position. Yes, and it's building up liquidity as well nicely. Yeah, so actually, yeah, down here at 4.03, this could be an interesting play. You gotta see a higher high form on the 5 minute to take this position. Don't just take it blindly. So I'm saying link, please. PPP. Here you go, brother. Let's do link. Haven't looked at these charts. I was actually on holiday since, like, this is my first day back. I haven't even done a show on the 100x Club. This is why I'm doing it now. Look at this beautiful example of everything I explained about the market structure shift and liquidity concepts and whatnot. If you look at this here, you have a high that causes a final liquidation. It's literally kind of like a dagger that they go like when you're down, completely down, and you're like beaten up and you're just trying to long, and they go with this dagger and they go like just straight through the heart, you know? This is what this is. But after showing a high here, what you want to wait always is to wait for a 50% retrace. You would get your orders in at the 50% retrace and you could have ridden the wave. What you want to see is a high break on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. We do get the high break on the hourly, which is pretty great, but we did not get the high break on the 4 hour. This is what I said as well in the total market cap. You got to see a high break before you really can confirm that this is this reversal is the main reversal and we are looking at higher. I would take a long position when it comes back to a 50% retrace. I'm probably looking at, this is called a breaker block as well, probably looking at 13.5-ish region. Could be a great entry. Always take confirmations. The market is very tough to trade. Always take confirmations. A higher high on the 5 minute. I'm so yellow. I look like I'm from Chernobyl or something. I glow like, oh, it's maybe it's maybe my other screen. Okay, that's why. Okay, on my screen I look like very yellow. But this is the trade. Let me take one last token. Dagger through the heart. Unfortunately, yeah, we feel that. Come on, guys, some love. Hit the likes. Yes, really, I salute every single one of you who hit the like. It really does, warm my heart. So it's very good. Pith, let's do it. Same thing, dagger through the heart. It's actually, I never used this expression, but it's pretty cool. The final liquidation, dagger through the heart. That's the dagger. This is the dagger. This is the dagger. My cuz is here. If you're from the 100x Club, put your hand up. You know what I'm talking about. Cuz is in the house. Cuz is in the house. We do some crazy shit on the 100x Club that I would never dare to do that on Banter here, unless Ren allows, but it's a tough one. I'm just joking. We love Ren. Ren, we love you so much. Here is the level. Look, this is. You know what? I'm gonna say something. I'm actually so freaking grateful for Ren that you have no idea. I see a lot of good and bad and everything online, and it's just an incredible. And the reason why I actually say it, I didn't want to say this, but the reason why I say this because I know that so many of you got liquidated on this dump. I know that so many of you sitting there with your heads in your head and just saying, how am I gonna go from here? Like, what am I really gonna do? There is a guy who lost $12 million, all his net worth, because he longed ETH on 10x leverage. And it's devastating. But I tell you one thing, I did not know I'm gonna join Banter, and I found a family. And within like 6 months, my entire thinking and the way I look at life, the way I look at business, the way I look at everything changed. And maybe Banter is not the place where you're gonna join personally, although you're here with us every single day. But you have to find your network. You have to find the people who bring you up. And when you find them, never let them go, because that's the place you wanna be. This is the bull market. You've got another 12 to 18 months. Squeeze the F out of that lemon, okay? And not only make lemonade, but make a very, very good lemonade. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Truly, truly appreciate you, every single one of you. Family is solid. It is solid. Much love to all of you. Thanks for taking me in on this slot. I truly appreciate it. If you like this content, please let me know in the comment section. Go and spam Ran's Twitter, the last post. If you want to help me in any way, just go and spam his Twitter. Tell him that this show was awesome. 100 is confirmed. We are going over to the 100 Club. There is a link in the description to the channel. We're literally going live in about 10 minutes. Come and join us. Thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate you. And I believe I will see you in the next one. Take care.